Have you ever wondered why your manifestation attempts keep failing? Why you can visualize all day long, journal your desires, and repeat affirmations, yet nothing changes in your reality? What if I told you that a woman from the 1920s discovered the missing piece that modern manifestation teachers are completely ignoring? Her name was Genevieve Behrend, and she was the only personal student of Thomas Troward, the father of the New Thought movement. Today, I'm going to share with you Behrend's lost teaching that separates those who manifest their desires from those who remain stuck in endless visualization. This isn't about positive thinking or vision boards. This is about understanding imagination as a spiritual faculty, not just a mental exercise. Before we dive in, hit that like button and write in the comments what country you're watching from. I want to see how far this ancient wisdom is traveling across the globe. Let me ask you something. How many times have you tried to manifest something by picturing it in your mind? You close your eyes, you see yourself with that new job, that perfect relationship, that dream house. You feel excited for a moment, but then nothing happens. Days pass, weeks pass, and you're left wondering if any of this stuff actually works. You're not alone in this frustration. The problem isn't that the law of attraction is fake. The problem is that we've been taught a watered-down version of it. We've been told to visualize, but nobody taught us the difference between mere mental picturing and what Behrend called true spiritual imagination. We've been scrolling through our phones instead of developing our soul connection. We've weakened the very faculty that makes manifestation possible. Here's what Behrend understood that modern teachers miss completely. Your imagination isn't just a tool for creating mental movies. It's a spiritual faculty that connects you directly to the creative power of the universe. When she studied with Troward, she learned this fundamental truth. Your mind is a center of divine operation. The divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression. Think about this for a moment. If your mind is truly a center where the divine operates, then your imagination becomes the lens through which infinite creative power flows into specific form. It's not about forcing the universe to give you what you want. It's about recognizing that you are already connected to the source of all creation. If you're ready to embrace this truth, write, "I am ready to awaken my spiritual imagination" in the comments below. Now let me explain why your previous attempts haven't worked. When you visualize from your head, you're using what Behrend called intellectual belief. You think the right thoughts, you picture the right images, but there's no soul connection. You're operating from the surface level of mind, not from that deeper place where true creative power resides. But when you engage your spiritual imagination, something entirely different happens. You don't just see your desire, you feel its reality in your soul. You don't hope it will manifest. You know it already exists in the unseen realm and is making its way into physical form. This is the difference between begging the universe and commanding your reality. Behrend discovered this when she needed $20,000 to study with Troward. She didn't just visualize the money. She repeated daily, almost hourly, Troward's powerful statement about the mind being a center of divine operation. She felt the truth of those words in her soul until one day, while walking down the street, she had a complete realization. She felt an overwhelming sense of joy and connection to all the power life has to give. That night, when she visualized the $20,000, it was with an entirely changed consciousness. Within 6 weeks, the money manifested from a completely unexpected source. This is the key difference. She moved from intellectual belief to soul-level knowing. She didn't just think she could have the money. She knew she was already connected to the source of all abundance. If this is making sense to you, comment with, "The old way is gone. Let me give you Behrend's practical technique for awakening your spiritual imagination." She called it the complete visualization method, but I'm going to share with you what I call the 5-minute sensory anchor technique based on her teachings. First, find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and take 10 deep breaths. As you breathe, imagine drawing a large circle of light around yourself. See rays of light entering your body and centralizing at your solar plexus. This isn't just relaxation. You're consciously connecting to the creative power that fills all space. Now, instead of just visualizing your desire, you're going to engage all your senses in a specific way. Let's say you want a new home. Don't just see the house. Feel the texture of the front door handle as you turn it. Hear the sound your footsteps make on the hardwood floors. Smell the fresh flowers you've placed on the kitchen counter. Taste the morning coffee you're drinking while looking out your favorite window. But here's the crucial part that separates this from ordinary visualization. As you engage each sense, repeat silently, "My mind is the center of divine operation." This reality already exists in the creative realm and is now taking physical form. Feel the truth of these words in your soul, not just your head. Spend 5 minutes in this state every morning before breakfast and every evening before bed. Don't strain or effort. Let the images and sensations flow naturally, knowing that you're impressing the universal creative power with the specific form you want it to take. Remember what Behrend taught. You're not trying to manipulate external circumstances. You're specializing the formless substance of life through the mold of your imagination. The same power that brought the entire universe into existence is now working through your consciousness to bring your desire into form. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about doubt? What happens when you start this practice, but your logical mind kicks in with all its objections? Behrend faced this too, and she had a perfect answer. She said that fear and doubt are actually alive with faith. When you worry about not having enough money, you're demonstrating complete faith in lack. When you fear being alone, you're showing total belief in loneliness. The problem isn't that you lack faith. The problem is that your faith has been pointing in the wrong direction. Here's what to do when doubt creeps in. Instead of fighting it, recognize it as misdirected creative power. Then consciously redirect that same intensity of belief toward your desire. Use the energy of your concern to fuel your imagination. The worried mother who paces the floor waiting for her teenager to come home is exercising tremendous creative power. She just needs to redirect it. After you begin this practice, don't look for the full manifestation immediately. Look for movement. Look for signs that the creative power is working. Maybe you get an unexpected phone call. Maybe you find yourself in a conversation that relates to your desire. Maybe you feel an urge to take a specific action. These are indications that the invisible realm is rearranging itself to bring your desire into form. Trust the process completely. Behrend learned that the universal creative power works by what she called deductive methods. It takes your mental picture and works out all the details of manifestation. Your job isn't to figure out how it will happen. Your job is to maintain the picture with unwavering faith and take whatever action feels inspired. To affirm your trust in this process, write, "I trust the process" in the comments. When you truly embody this teaching, something profound happens to your entire being. You stop being someone who wants things and start becoming someone who knows they are already connected to everything they desire. You don't chase opportunities. Opportunities flow to you. You don't force doors to open. Doors open naturally because you're operating from your true nature as a center of divine creative power. This is what Behrend meant when she said that the joy of living comes from within. External possessions don't create happiness. But when you align with the creative principle of the universe, joy becomes your natural state. You're no longer trying to get something from life. You're expressing the fullness that already exists within you. The woman who manifested $20,000 in 6 weeks wasn't the same woman who had been desperately searching for peace of mind around the world. She had awakened to her true identity as a conscious co-creator with the universal life force. She had moved from begging to commanding, from hoping to knowing, from trying to being. This is your invitation to the same transformation. Your imagination isn't just a mental faculty. It's your direct connection to the infinite creative power of existence itself. When you understand this, when you feel this truth in your soul, your entire reality begins to reshape itself around your conscious direction. Remember Behrend's core revelation. My mind is the center of divine operation. The divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression. This means the production of something beyond what has gone before, something entirely new. Since the divine cannot change its inherent nature, it must operate in the same manner with you. In your own special world, of which you are the center, it will move forward to produce new conditions always in advance of any that have gone before. You are not separate from the creative power of the universe. You are its individualized expression. Your desires aren't selfish wants. They are the universe seeking to express more of its infinite potential through your unique consciousness. When you align with this truth, manifestation becomes as natural as breathing. If this message awakens something within you, please like this video to help it reach others who need to hear this ancient wisdom. Share it with someone who has been struggling with manifestation techniques that don't work. And subscribe to continue on this journey of unlocking your true creative power. The universe is waiting to express its infinite abundance through your awakened imagination. The only question is, are you ready to let it?